Welcome back to Mac Talks of Football, and Juventus have been held to a 1-1 draw by Cagliari at their own backyard, and they have conceded their first goal of this season as well. So let's go ahead and talk about the game. It was quite a boring game, to be very honest with you. It was quite a one-sided in terms of possession. Like Juve had about 75% of possession, and Cagliari just had 25% of possession. But the thing is, Juve really did not do anything with that possession. They controlled the ball a lot. They controlled the tempo. They had the momentum as well. But as I said, the end product from Juventus was not there. In the first half, they toiled and they tried to create a lot of chances, but nothing really happened. They got the goal early on, courtesy of a penalty handball in the in the 6-yard box. From the corner the ball comes in, and it sort of hits the hand of the defender. I thought it was a bit a 50-50 chance, but the referee goes to the screen and then he decides to give the penalty, and Vlahovic goes ahead and he scores and converts the penalty, and it becomes a 1-0 Juve. But even after that, like Juventus, even though they had a lot of possession and they controlled the game, they never really went ahead and took their chances. I have said this all along. I have been a bit critical of Mora's style of play. I say that he doesn't really play attack minded football. He is a sort of a pragmatic manager, sort of a defensive manager, and it shows the way that he plays and the way that Juve are playing. They don't really create that much, even though they have a lot of possession in every game. If you've seen, I have seen what, like 4 or 5 games from Juventus in 4 games in Serie A, and I think 1 game in the Champions League as well. And like they have a lot of ball, the possession is there, but they don't really create that much. And I think again today as well, as I said, 75% of possession in the game, and the chances are created in total were like 5 or 6 in total. So that just shows you how they are not really effective, even though they have the possession and they have the players as well. Like you have Cop Miners, you have Douglas Luiz, like all these creators in your team, and still you are not being able to create the chances for your players up front. And I think that is a big problem for Mota and for Juve. And the first half, like apart from that goal, I don't really think anything special happened. Second half comes in and it was basically the same. Cagliari, to their credit, they kept their shape. They knew they had to defend. They were going away to Allianz Arena at Juventus's home stadium. They were always the underdogs, but I think they played really well. They defended really well. They kept their shape. Whatever you throw at them, they retorted back, and they had their game plan. They sat back. They there was one time, like they were so deep in their half. The Juventus defenders were almost over the halfway line. They were so deep in their half, but they defended really well, and they tried to hit Juve on counter attacks. I think in a full game they had a couple of chances, and from and they themselves, like that was their game plan. They went for a point and they got the point. I think Vlahovic he missed an open net. That was the moment of the game. Juve were leading in the second half 1-0, and Vlahovic misses the open net from the rebound. Shot comes in from the midfield, and it's a long shot. The keeper spills it, and it comes directly to Vlahovic, and he scuffs it wide instead of the open net. And that was the moment, in my opinion. If Vlahovic scores that goal, it becomes a 2-0, and it becomes a game done and dusted. I think it was Coensao who shot. I'm not sure. I think it was him who made the first shot, but the second shot was Vlahovic, and he misses it. And then Cagliari go ahead and they themselves get a penalty. Again, it was a 50-50 decision, and personally I think because they had given the first one, they knew if they don't give this one, there's gonna be a controversy, and they gave the penalty, and Cagliari converted, and it becomes 1-1. And it's it's the first goal that they have conceded this season. And then Coensao goes in and gets a red card for a simulation. And I think that was such a bad dive. Even sometimes if you are trying to fool the referee and trying to dive, at least the scenario should be there for somebody to believe a little bit. Like such a bad dive, and he gets the yellow card and gets sent off. And that was the time I think Juventus were under a bit of pressure, and Cagliari had their chances, a couple of them, but they never really converted them. It could have ended really badly, even worse than that. They have dropped another 2 points. Juve, and as I said, their start was very good, but since then there have been a lot of draws from Juventus, and they have dropped another 2 points. And it is not it is like they cannot really afford to drop points, because the amount of teams that are at the top of the table, and they and as is they like they cannot really afford to drop, because the amount of teams that are every week you have another team at the top, and every weekend another teams, it's like literally it is like a Game of Thrones situation. Every team fighting for a place in that top four, fighting for the title, fighting for those European places. So nobody is really willing to give up. So you will know it is a game like everybody would have expected Juventus to win that game, but they did not win, and they have dropped important 2 points. And just going into the international break as well, I think it is a big they would feel that it is a loss, even though they have drawn that game. I personally think they would feel that it was a loss for them. Cagliari, on the other hand, a big win for them, coming away to Juve at Allianz Arena. And I think the manager deserves a huge praise, and the defense as well. I think the defense was really good. I think the entire team defended really well. That is the point. Sometimes games like this, the attacking players they do some sort of mistakes, and that results in them losing the game. But the entire team of Cagliari, even the subs that came on, I think all of them were on point when they had to defend the ball. And even on counter attacks, when they had the chance to make the counters, they made sure that they did not break their shape, and they made sure that they don't concede from open play. And I think huge credit to the entire team for defense, and the manager for setting his team up in a way, to I would to make Juventus struggle, and they struggle, to be very honest with you. They always struggle. Juventus always struggle. They are not really able to defeat the deep block this season. I said this before at the start, and I will say it again. It is a big problem for Juventus, and it keeps on happening. I think the teams have sort of realized that Juventus are struggling to open up the teams who sit back and let Juve have the ball, and almost every team is now copying that style when they play Juventus. I said this in the prediction video as well, and I said in the last review video I did for Juve as well. I said the same thing, that teams have sort of realized now that Juve have a problem with that deep block, and everybody sort of is now following that structure, and Juventus are unable to open it, and they're not really able to get past it. And that is something Mora has to learn, and he needs to do something about it really quickly. They have got the international break right now, so that is a perfect chance for him to learn to come up with something new that can help his team get past this scenario, if any team tries to do it again, which I'm sure they are gonna do it. So it is gonna be quite interesting to see what Juve come up with after the international break. That is it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game. As a Juve fan, how disappointed you are, and the thing is, are you really satisfied with Mota? Like, he came from Bologna with huge promise, but I don't think he has till now really lived up to that promise. You have spent a lot of money as well. A lot of good players and expensive players have joined your squad as well. And the thing again with Juve, like, they have the best advantage that they are not in Europe as well. So what are your expectations? Is Mota, do you think Mota is the right guy? Please let me know in the comment section below, and what do you think about him as well. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 400 subscribers before the month of October ends, so please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and help us in achieving our target. Until next time, bye bye.